4. And in October, early October 2003, I was at an intelligence meeting, and usually I'm the tea boy, so usually I just low grades for a guy make the tea. And this time I'm sitting down on the lounge, and the two senior guys are making the tea in the kitchen with there's no door, so you can just hear the conversation, and they're talking in muffled voices, so I couldn't distinguish which voice was saying what. And they're talking about that someone's put out a hit on Michael King, and the chief historian, and the person who put the hit out on him was Helen Clark, who was actually a good friend of his, who's a KGB agent, who's now the 3IC of the UN. And they said there's the hit out on Michael King, and no one's picked it up because pretty much everyone liked him. And he was actually, I kind of knew him. I had lunch with him, and he was my girlfriend's stepmother's ex-husband, so kind of knew of him. Went to his book launches and that. So on the 13th of October, no one had picked up the hit, and then the Mossad raised Chief Justice Shana Elias's hand for the hit and said she'll do it and we'll do it. So that was on the 13th of October 2003, and then Shana Elias did it in exchange for creating the Supreme Court, a new level of the judiciary to replace the Privy Council called the Supreme Court. So within 2 days, from the 13th of October to the 15th of October, Helen Clark rammed through the Supreme Court bill like faster than any other act. So all of a sudden, the Privy Council was out, and the Supreme Court was in, and Shana Elias was the Chief Justice.
Greg, we need to take our last break, and I want to continue with this. This is Jim Fetzer, your host on The Real Deal, with my very special guest today, Greg Hallett. I want you to visit his website, greghallett.com.